Today I want to talk about some things that you shouldn't do to your YouTube channel, things that you should avoid, especially as a small creator. So let's get straight into them. The first thing is the YouTube paid promotions. Now I know it's tempting to try and fast track your YouTube growth. You want to do anything you can to grow faster and maximize your chances. The problem with the paid promotions is that firstly, views don't count towards your monetization. So any views you get on promoted videos won't count towards your 4,000 watch hours. Now the problem with that, of course, is that the 4,000 watch hours is often the hardest part to get for most YouTubers. So that's a big negative already. Now the second thing is that it's debatable whether subscribers that come from that actually count. Some people say that subscribers they get from paid promotions have counted in their statistics when it comes to getting monetized to 1,000 subscribers. But other people say that they don't, and in fact YouTube itself says that they don't count. So with that in mind, I think what happens is that YouTube has some sort of timer on it where if someone's clicked through your link and they subscribe to you in those next 3 days, I think it is, then they don't count in theory. Although there seems to be some mixed opinions on whether it is actually counting. So anything that's got confusion attached to it is probably something you want to avoid, because YouTube's saying they don't count. Some people are saying they are, but essentially it's not going to be good for your channel to have uncertainty, especially when you're paying for it. Now, when we talk about paying for it, that becomes a big problem for me, because you're already providing your content to YouTube for free, and they're already monetizing your videos through ads, even when you've got practically 0 subscribers. So they're already making money from you, from something you're providing for them for free, and then they're asking you to pay to promote those, which is in their interest to do anyway. So you're paying them to promote your videos so they get more views, so they show more adverts. I don't know about that. That doesn't sound something I want to be a part of. So the next thing, sub for sub. What am I talking about? If you've been around on YouTube for a while, you've probably seen these posts in people's comment sections saying new subscribers gather here, small channels gather here, and that type of stuff. And then what you'll see within those comments, people have replied to them saying things like subbed and waiting and stuff like that. And basically what they're doing is they are asking people to subscribe to their channels in exchange for subscribing to that person's channel. So they're swapping subscriptions, if you like. I'll subscribe to you, you subscribe to me. And the problem with that is that YouTube is going to show your videos when they're first released, in the first 48 hours, definitely. They're going to show your videos to people who are subscribed to your channel. Now, if you've got a bunch of people who have subbed to your channel just because you've subbed to theirs, they're not going to be interested at all in watching your videos. They're literally just trying to cheat the system and game the numbers. And by doing that, they are not really achieving anything. Because yes, it looks like you're successful if you've got a certain amount of subscribers. And I can see the draw that people get from the, what would you say, it gives you a certain status in the eyes of a viewer if they can see how many subscribers your channel's got. You have some sort of authority or perceived authority if you have more subscribers. So I can see that that could be a plus, but ultimately your videos are going to get shown to people like your subscribers. And that's if those subscribers even watch your video in the first place, which they won't if they're sub for sub. So you're basically saying to YouTube, I've got a bunch of subscribers who don't like my content, who never watch it. So YouTube then doesn't have any clue who it should be showing your stuff to. And I think you can see where that becomes a problem. So sub for sub is something you definitely don't want to do. And it's going to just be damaging to your channel ultimately. Now, what you can also do is you can get family members to subscribe. You can tell all your family and friends about your channel, and they can come and subscribe to you and boost up your numbers and make you look good again. But we already know now that that's not a good thing to do, because if you do that, you're just, again, getting subscribers who are unlikely to engage with your content, who are unlikely to be interested in your content, and who are unlikely to provide you with anything of worth in terms of view duration, click-through rate, and so on. So again, you're going to get a bunch of dead subscribers if you get family and friends to subscribe. Even worse with family and friends is that they can then start giving you unsolicited opinions on what you should do with your channel, or whether you're wasting your time with your channel, or whatever it is that they think that they know better than you. And so, you know, that could even potentially cause conflicts in the end. So I would say avoid even more your friends and family from joining your channel, because it's only going to do you harm in the eyes of the algorithm, and potentially it's going to cause conflict, or you to get disheartened, or to have to perhaps get rid of those subscribers in the end, because you realize that it's just not going to be doing anything good for you. So the next thing you should avoid is buying fake subscribers or views. And that is, of course, a big no-no in terms of engagement, because again, those bought subscribers or views will not result in anything. The algorithm will just be confused. But also, you're then going against the terms and conditions of YouTube itself, and you're likely to get your channel blocked or banned. And that brings us on to really trying to cheat the system. And that goes for any way. There isn't a quick fix. There isn't a way that you can just grow out of nowhere. It's not going to happen. It just doesn't work like that. So trying to cheat the system and game the system, getting around things, perhaps making a video like how to get CapCut Pro for free, for example. I've seen plenty of those videos. Yeah, nice. You know, everybody wants something for free and doesn't want to have to pay. But firstly, do you want to start making content like that? Because that's likely to result in problems for you in YouTube's eyes. But it's also going to be, who are you actually attracting with those type of videos? What type of audience are you gaining from making videos where you're basically trying to cheat things? Do you want a bunch of subscribers that are dishonest and trying to cheat the system? And that doesn't seem very reliable. I don't want to surround myself with people who start off on a footing like that. I want people like me. So, and I want some honesty, some relatability and that stuff. And I just wouldn't feel I had that if I had those type of people. So don't make dishonest content. Don't make scam or stuff that's trying to cheat the system. It's just not worth your time. It's not worth doing. It's just going to be bad for your channel in the end anyway. And that is really some of the main things you need to avoid as a new YouTuber. Just make videos, do your thing, make quality content, try and improve all the time, and ignore all that nonsense. There's no quick way to game the system. Yeah, some people succeed faster than others. I'll go into that in a different video soon, but you're not going to be able to cheat the system. So don't even try. Just do what you do, be honest with yourself and your viewers, make quality content, and that's all you need to do. Hope that helped. See you in the next one.